All right. Looks like we are live tonight. It is just about 7 p.m. here in Southern California. And welcome aboard. We're going to check into the Bozo net here. Forgot I wasn't on the proper frequency. They start up at 7 p.m. local here to Southern California. Usually it's a bunch of check-ins on upper sideband 144.240. There's a couple different stations that are running the net control, Pat PMD. I think he's in the Lake Matthews area, and there's a couple other people that jump in there. I know he's he's been having some issues with his rotor. So he hasn't been leading the way, but he's definitely been on. So anyways, we're going to stand by and listen here and tune in to the Bozo net here shortly. That's going to start here in about 2 minutes.
Traffic at this time, any priority or emergency traffic, come now. Not hearing any. Do we have any low power stations that would like to check in, or mobile stations that would like to check in at this time? Come now. All right, not hearing none. We'll be starting with Orange County and LA County, and then we'll move, swing around and see if Ventura's out there, and we'll be moving up then to the high desert, Victorville, Apple Valley, and then we'll be coming around to Yucaipa, Big Bear, any of the mountain stations. Yeah, at some point Mike will be looking out east, and that for our stations that are coming in from the river or from Phoenix. So that's kind of the way we'll move around. If we miss you, we'll come back around, and after that we'll be looking south, and that for San Diego and all parts around San Diego. If you're looking to point an antenna my way, I'm at Delta Mike 14 Ida Bravo. Delta Mike 14 Ida Bravo, and that's in Loma Linda. All right, so let's start with Orange County, and if we can have Bozo numbers, please. Bozo check-ins for Orange County, come now. 878. A little bit too quick on the draw. My relay didn't release. Say again. 878. 878. How are you this evening? Good signal.
Hey, Roger. Doing well. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well. And thanks for doing the net. And I'll get out of the way. 73 W6 WWD. 853.
Okay, I heard 853. Okay. All right. While I'm thinking of it, I want to wish everybody happy St. Patrick's Day. So let's see. Was that 853 that I heard out there?
Roger that. I'm getting a really weak copy tonight, so I'm just going to say thanks for doing the net also, and I'm going to step aside and keep it going.
All right, thank you. Signals, not too bad coming in. You got good audio, and that signal strength's a little low, but good audio, so sounding good. Any other stations in Orange County would like to check in? Bozo number, please.
For your information, I'm in San Bernardino County, so I'm going to be in the queue here.
Probably in about 30 minutes, and that let's move up to LA County. LA County check-ins. Bozo number, please.
Showing no love for San Bernardino County.
I copy 738. Is that correct?
Roger. Alpha 60 here, Papa.
All right. Yeah, a little bit hard on the signal for me tonight, but I got you in there, 738. You're checked in. Thank you very much.
142.
142. Good evening, 142.
Good evening, Jim.
You doing okay? And that, hope everything held together with this cold weather that we had. And boy, that was a cold rain. Woo-wee.
Yep, doing good, and yeah, everything held together except me. I mean, I can't handle a cold, so I stayed inside as much as possible.
Yeah, Roger, I was having some landscaping done, and they showed up on Monday. I said, you guys want to do this in the rain? And it looked like they did. It was cold. I mean, it was cold and rainy. That's probably, I mean, I've been here in California for about 15 years. That's the coldest I remember it being. So, at least, you know, for Southern California where I am. All right, well, thank you for checking in. Check-ins for L.A. County. Bozo number, please. Was that 661?
Hi, Rob, if you're listening.
664.
Roger, 664. Thank you. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for supporting the net. Check-ins for Orange County or L.A. County. Bozo number, please.
Jim, I thought I heard an 886 trying to check in.
Well, thank you for the relay. 886, you're in.
You both doubled again. He's in Pasadena, Jim.
Oh, that's probably why I can't hear him. Yeah, I'm pointed. Well, maybe I should be getting him, and that I'm trying to bounce off a big surge, so we'll see. All right, well, try it again. 886, try it again.
886, give it another shot and see if he can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If he's pointing a beam, he needs to be pointing it over here and not due east of him. So I don't know if what position his antenna's in.
Okay, John. Well, I relayed it in for you. Jim, you guys keep doubling, but he says he can barely hear you. So anyway, checking in, would you?
All right, Roger, thank you. And looking for check-ins for L.A. County. Bozo number, please. All right, we'll move on up. And we'll see if I can hear anybody from Ventura. Hopefully we can. If not, Pat should be around, and maybe he can pick them up. So if you're hearing the sound of my voice, be patient with us. We'll get you for sure. And also looking up to the high desert, Victorville, Apple Valley. Stations want to check into the Bozo net. Bozo number, please.
Hey, 146, 146.
146, good evening. How are you tonight?
Oh, pretty good there, Jim. Are you moving your beam at all? Because I'm getting the same signal as you are when you're pointing up in Orange County and, you know, up in L.A. County, and your signal's not coming up very high. And when you were on your vertical, boy, I could hear you really good. I mean, I got you about an F3, and when you're on your vertical, I've got you about an F7, or almost an F8.
Roger. Well, thank you for the good report for the vertical. I'm on the 8-element quad, and I'm trying to bounce off a big Sur, to be quite honest. That's for me to get down into LA. I got a couple of valleys and a couple of mountain ranges to go over. Just doesn't seem that where I am, I get into LA very good. So to help them, I'm pointed probably, my 8-element is pointed west-northwest, trying to bounce off a big Sur. It seems I get the best results that way. I'm glad you're hearing me. I'm glad for the good report on the vertical. And at some point, maybe I'll switch back to it. But just for now, we'll keep it the way it is. So, but thank you for the report. looking for stations, looking to check in from the high desert, Victorville, Apple Valley, any of those stations looking to check in. Bozo number, please.
That noise you heard was my amplifier turning on. I forgot it wasn't on.
198. All right, I got 681 and 198. 681 and 198. And one of them is an Asperia station. So, all right, gentlemen, I hope you're staying warm up there.
Hello, net control from K6EGG near Del Rey, 17897, calling, standing by.
All right, Roger. I'm getting a double there, but I did get most of your transmission. Thank you. Still looking up in the high desert for check-ins to the Bozo net. Bozo number, please.
Bozo 831, KG6USF, up there in the high desert, it's Keelan.
831, good evening. Staying warm?
Well, the fire department, we're doing good, buddy. Got enough wood to last me for another 2 weeks, and then I got to get back to cutting.
Well, I hope this doesn't last that long, but yeah, the nights still be cold though. But that's for sure. Yeah. There was a point in my life where I had to cut a fair amount of firewood. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. So, yeah, things have been cold here, unusually cold for the Inland Empire. But I'm fortunate. I haven't had any frost yet, but the nights have been down to about 34. Well, at any rate, it is what it is. Let's see if there's anybody else up there. Anybody else in the high desert want to check in? Bozo number, please.
463.
463, you're sounding good tonight.
Excellent, thank you. I'm also broadcasting this on YouTube. If you look up my call letters, Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf live, you can hear your station coming in as well.
All right. Well, hopefully everybody heard that, and that we're broadcasting live on YouTube again tonight. And thank you. That's a nice service. I mean, you're always curious what it sounds like on the other side of the mic. So thank you. Appreciate that. Broadcasting live. Wow. I feel like I'm important. Thank you very much. All right. Looking for check-ins. High Desert, Bozo Net, for the Bozo Net, Wednesday night.
So at this point, after I check in, I'm going to, well, you know what? I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer.
Bozo 740. Well, we're looking for check-ins from the High Desert. Bozo number, please.
Can you repeat that feed for YouTube again, please?
Okay. Can you say again the address for the YouTube broadcast?
Sure. If you look up my YouTube page, or actually you can just look up in the search engine of YouTube, K6EGG, Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf live, and you should be able to, that should be the first thing that pops up this live broadcast here.
All right, thank you very much. I'll relay that information out. The live broadcast on YouTube, if you search on YouTube, look for Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf live, K6EGG live, and you should hopefully be able to hear my lovely voice. This is Jim, your net controller for the Wednesday night Bozo Net, N6OVA, Bozo 740. Looking for check-ins from the High Desert, and we've got a lot of people on the radio tonight, so that's great. How about Apple Valley, swinging around that way? Let's move over to the mountains as well. See if there's anybody out there that wants to check in. Big Bear. Let's see any of the area up in the mountain stations. N6OVA looking for check-ins to the Bozo Net. Bozo number, please. any high desert or mountain stations looking to check into the Bozo net for Wednesday night? This is Jim, your net controller, N6OVA. Bozo number, please. All right, not hearing any. I think I need to get some check-ins here from the Inland Empire. Any of our stations around Ontario, moving over from Ontario to Colton, San Bernardino. What else we got over here? And let's see, Redlands, Ukaipa. Any stations, Inland Empire, Riverside, looking to check into the Bozo net. This is Jim, your net controller, N6OVA. Bozo number, please.
879er.
879. Good evening. How are you tonight?
Very good. November 6 kilowatt X-ray, Rob in Riverside.
Well, thank you, Rob. And you certainly have a great signal. You have a great signal coming out of Riverside. You're just on the other side of the hill from me. But sometimes it's hard getting around that hill. But you're doing a good job of it. Great signal.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jim. I appreciate it, and thanks for running the net.
You're welcome, Rob. Stay warm. Stay warm. Looking for check-ins from the Inland Empire for the Wednesday night Bozo net. This is N6OVA, Bozo 740. Jim, your net controller. Looking for check-ins. Bozo number, please.
How about Kilo Mike 6 Foxtrot Zulu X-ray 654?
654. Good evening. How are you tonight?
Well, it's nice to hear you guys out there today, and great checking into the net. Thanks for doing it. I'll back out. KM6FCX, back to you.
Roger, Roger. What's the QTH?
Yeah, absolutely. Hang on one second here. Let me get a pen. What's the call sign again? Roger on that. I've got a relay from Bozo number 817, call sign K6ZMW. He's checking in.
K6EMW, Bozo number 817. We got you in. Thank you for the relay.
Roger on that, and the relay is he's got it. I'm over here in Sherman Oaks, in the valley.
Thanks very much.
Sure, no problem. KM6FCX.
All right, yeah, 817, if you're hearing me, you're right there at my noise level. I know you're there. I could probably, if I wanted to search for you with the quad, I could probably pick you up a little bit better, but I'm trying to do the right thing for everybody here. So we'll see. I'm sorry that I'm not hearing you as well as I know I could. So, but we got you checked in, 817. Got you checked in. So we're still looking for check-ins from the Inland Empire and Ukaipa stations in that Redlands. Anybody looking to check in at a Bozo net? Bozo number, please.
137.
All right, my relay is sticking a little bit here. Can I get that again? Get the number again, please? Just a little bit too quick on the pickup.
All right, it's Mike, KG6EXO, Bozo 137. Good evening, Jim.
Hello, Mike. Good to hear your voice. I thought that was you. I just wasn't sure. The relay here on the amp sometimes takes a little while to disengage. So, and it's good to hear your voice. And if you want to look out east, we're about ready for you. and that. You want to see if you can get any of the river stations or Phoenix stations, and that I think it'd be a good time. Before we do that, just let me check one more time here for stations in the Inland Empire, see if we got anybody else checking in, and then we'll go to you, Mike, if that's okay. Anybody else looking to check in from the Inland Empire? Bozo number, please.
685, K6EGG, Temecula.
That's 685 in Temecula. Roger, roger. Oh, thank you for the good report. Thank you for the good report. And thank you, Mount Baldy, and that for the good bounce. I figured there's some fresh snow up there. I've had some luck with in the past.
Well, you said you were...
At some point, I want to swing around and do Arrowhead. And I also may be able to hear better the river stations. But we'll leave it the way it is right now. We'll go to Mike and see if he can get some river check-ins for us. Over to you, Mike. N6OVA, net control.
All right, very good, Jim, and good evening, George, down there in Temecula. KG6EXO, we're looking to the east for check-ins. Anybody home at the Colorado River today? KG6EXO. Yeah, back at you, Dave. Good evening to you. How's everything over there in Arizona? There you go. It sounds pretty quiet over there. Is that where everybody's at the local pub? Very good. Sounds like you guys are having fun over there. And let me turn the antenna a bit, and we'll see if we can't pick up needles. K6SQA, Kilo 6, Sugar, Quebec, America, from KG6EXO in Delta Mike 13. You're listening, Bob? Not hearing anything from Bob. K6SQA, Kilo 6.
For those of you wondering what I was doing here on the YouTube page, this little thing's called a fathead, and I replaced it, put it into my splitter before it hit my mixer, and I was getting RF into it, and it was sounding very bad. So I decided to change it out and put it next to into the microphone directly, so I don't have that problem.
Boy, oh boy. Well, I'm hearing something, but just can't quite pull them out yet. But we'll get Bob checked in on a relay there, Dave. Yeah, sure. Go for it. Yeah, let him know we're giving him a ring. Was that you, Bob, N6XQX, KG6EXO?
I'm going to run this for another 9 minutes, and then I'm going to jump over to 144.270. We're normally on 144.250, but we're going to try to stay away from the Bozo net because we were bleeding over some of the net controllers with our QSOs on 144.250. So we'll slide up a little bit to give them some space. And now back to the Bozo net.
Give him just a second, Jim. I hear him looking for check-ins in that direction.
turning off that filter there because I don't have that interference anymore like I was getting a few minutes ago.
Local stations looking to check into the boson net. We'll just be a minute for you. Stand by just for a couple of minutes. We're getting the stations from out east. N6OVA.
You still around, Dave? W70JT, KG6EXO. Very good, Dave. I'm got a pen in hand and I'm ready to copy whenever you are. Yeah, very good. Got 101, and we got Bob down there, and we got you and John so far. All right, sounds very good, Dave. Appreciate you guys relaying in some of the fellows over there, and I'll hang around in this direction for a bit longer and see if you guys have any more success. All right, I appreciate it. Jim, N6OVA, you ready for a couple of relays?
Roger, roger.
All right, we've got Dave, W70JT, he is 762. We have John, KC6SEH, he's number 98. We have Bob, K6SQA, he's 806. And we also have Terry, K6TDI, he's Bozo 101.
All right, roger, roger. I have 101, 762, 98, and 806.
Roger, roger. You got them 100%. And they're still looking around for a few more that might be hanging around, so I'll listen in that direction, and if I hear them calling me, I'll break in.
Well, thank you for your help. Maybe I can get you to look south in a little bit, too, and I'll shout out, see if we can hear anything down San Diego way. So I'm looking south at the moment for stations around San Diego, Temecula, any stations that would be due south of me here in Loma Linda. This is N6OVA, your net controller for the Wednesday night Bozo net. And then if I could have your Bozo number, please.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. KB6VAN, Bozo number 12.
Good evening. How you doing this evening?
I'm good this evening. How's things your way?
Well, we had a real cold and wet start to the week. Real surprise saying that for me. I haven't been that cold in a while. So, but it was a beautiful day today. How's it by you?
Yeah, it didn't do too bad today. I think it got up to, about 70, I think, over here. It was warm enough to, run around with a T-shirt in the backyard with the sun out. But, yeah, it was a pretty nice day, and good evening, Mike.
Yeah, likewise. Good evening, David.
David, while I got you, can you look south and see if I'm missing anybody?
Yeah, let me turn the antenna that way and see if we can drum up somebody.
Yeah, good evening, Mark. Yeah, we'll do it, Mark. You're 68, correct? Yeah, very good. And Jim probably heard you. He's your neighbor there over in Loma Linda. That's number 68. Checking in, Jim.
Roger, roger. Audio.
So, San Diego, this is David, K6EGG, assistant net control this evening for the Wednesday evening Bozo net. Anybody down in the Valley Center, Escondido, San Diego, Tijuana that would like to check in this evening, please come down.
Yeah, Bozo number 10 there, David, down here in Carlsbad.
Hey, good evening, Ted. How are you this evening?
Oh, just fine. Thought I'd turn this thing on for a spell, see if I could hear somebody. I can't hardly hear too many people anymore. I don't know what it is. Yeah, top of evening to you. Thanks for doing what you're doing.
Well, thanks, Ted. I appreciate your check-in, and stick around. Maybe you can hear somebody down there in this ICANN, so if you would. Is that 615? How do you do this evening? Yeah, Gregory, I'm up here in Garden Grove, so glad that you're down in San Diego and got you checked in, and hope you have a good week. Well, very good, and thanks for checking in. Anybody else down in San Diego area you'd like to check in this evening? I haven't heard him either. He's running a vertical, so who knows? He still might be out feeding the chickens. All right, one last call. This is the last call to San Diego. Let's see, Valley Center, Tijuana. Anybody down that way would like to check in the Wednesday evening Bozo net, please come down.
All right, everybody that's tuning in on YouTube tonight. Oh, 5 of you right now, at least. I'm going to move over to the our normal, actually we're going to slide up to 144.270 upper sideband. We normally go to 144.250, but we're going to try to get a little more distance between us and the Bozo net till about 8 o'clock, and then we'll slide back down to 144.250. So there we go. Let's see, 7. Let's see, somebody's on. I just saw somebody, and I'm gonna lose my mic here.
Hey, Greg, you there? Hello, K6EGG, WA628, Keith here.
Just made it over. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, was that weak tonight or what?
It was definitely different. It was weird, kind of a rotation that was going on, but wasn't that many people checking in, really.
The control was so weak that hardly any of us could really hear him.
You know, and he's usually like a plus 20, so I don't know what was going on, if he was on a beam. I think he said he was on a beam. When he went vertical, he was a lot better for me.
That wasn't Jim, I don't think, Greg. We were saying it wasn't Pat, the normal Pat on Wednesdays. I think it was Jim, another guy in Loma Linda doing it tonight. That's what I heard.
Yeah, and he's actually closer to me, so I'm pretty surprised that I didn't hear him stronger. So something weird was going on, definitely.
I couldn't be hearing here at my place in Cerritos.
You couldn't hear him either?
Negative. I couldn't hear him in Cerritos.
Well, that's not good for a net controller. I know Pat, man, he's booming, but maybe it's conditions too. So I don't know the setup and stuff. So I guess we'll find out later.
I mean, I could hear him fine, but I'm pretty close. But he just didn't sound good. But I think a lot of that was from him using horizontal, and I'm on vertical.
I didn't know he was horizontal. That might be a big difference, from at least on my side of things.
No, that was my understanding. Isn't that what you guys understood?
Step onto his system, so he should get some audio on your live stream to hear the difference.
I think Rob keyed with you, Keith. I didn't hear the first part.
My bad. Yeah, Fred just did some tweaking to his system, so he should get some live audio on your live stream, so he could be able to check it out.
Copy. You running power right now?
No. Am I weak, Fox 2?
You're a weak as 6. I mean, you're not Rob, but you're definitely weak compared to normal.
How's that? Is that a little hair better?
Yeah, that worked. It was nice talking to you guys on regular FM yesterday. It was pretty delightful. It made my day go by faster.
I'm telling you, I still can't get over how good you sounded on that mobile.
I think conditions were just right. I don't understand. Usually I can't hear Riverside where I'm at. And I had buildings and everything else definitely blocking my line of sight for Keith. So, but there's something else. Oh, Keith, do you notice a difference in the picture for the display?
I mean, it's very clear, but no, not really. I give up.
I made it a little clearer. I was able to get to the video settings. So I was able to take the gain down on the camera a little bit and take the autofocus off, so it shouldn't have the problem I had earlier, or last couple times I was streaming.
So he did notice, because he said it looks really clear.
On my end.
Sorry. I doubled with you, Keith. Again, I got a bad habit of doing that tonight. Go ahead.
Hey, Keith, you want to say it again? I didn't catch it.
I did the live stream too, so I'm getting a delay. Sorry, guys.
That explains it.
Just let you know, I'm listening to the live stream in my left ear right now, and my right ear I'm listening to live.
Great.
Yeah, it gets a little confusing.
Live is in the band?
Yeah, the direct feed from my radio.
No, there's a band called Live. It was a poor attempt at a joke.
I got you. Did I hear a break back in there?
Hey, Greg, it's Ward, W6WWD. Hey, thanks for doing this, but what's the delay on the YouTube tonight?
Should be around 3 seconds. And by the way, your signal is now a solid S9. sound a lot better too, a lot clearer.
Oh, okay. Well, Roger. Well, thank you for that. I'm glad we did what we did, and we're taking Fred's advice and just laying down some copper. So you're sounding good too, and I thank you again for doing the stream. And I was just curious about the delay because I was trying to watch it and listen, and I just was trying to figure out the second. So yeah, I catch it now. I catch my signal on your YouTube. So thanks again, Greg. You doing okay?
Yeah, doing real good. It's nice to have a night off, and also the thing with the delay is it ranges depending on internet conditions. Like this time of night, it's usually pretty busy, but I have it set it for the lowest setting, and I took some of the quality away from the video, so that will also speed up the processing for it. So hopefully, I want to try to get as real time as possible, but I think I've maxed out on that. But no problem. One thing I noticed, Ward, with your audio signal, it's like not as what's the word I'm looking for? It was bassier before. I guess that's the word I was looking for.
Oh, interesting. Well, it was just an addition, a lot of changes over the weekend. 2 ground rods, connected those to the remaining 2, so there's 4. Plus there's some more radials added. So that's what I did, and I didn't do any changes. I didn't touch anything inside the radio, so it's just all additional, grounding and radials.
Copy that, but you're definitely a lot louder. And if you look back from the prior videos, you probably went up at least 2 S units. So, and you were like more of a solid signal. And so since before you got that new antenna and all the changes you made, you really made a huge difference in my signal receiving you there. So good job.
Roger, well, thank you. Well, I'm glad I'm able to make the trip in here better too. So yeah, you're making a nice trip down here tonight. I don't know if the band's in great shape or not, but you're definitely doing a good job. Well, I'll get out of here and I'll let everybody else jump in. So thanks again for all you do, and good talking to you at 738 W6WWD.
No problem. Hey, stay in here, man. That's what it's here for.
K6 Russell, I got it. Anyway, hello, Greg. K6EGG, Golf Golf, Kilo November 6 Oscar Center, Fred, over here in Los Rios. Today I added another 500 feet of ground radio, another 500 feet, and I also hooked up to my water system, to the hot heater, which is all copper. I grounded down there. So what do you think, Greg? Did I prove on my audio? K6 West over here, and voice is free, right?
Actually, you don't sound as good as you used to be honest with you, and your signal dropped a lot, although that might be conditions too. But you could definitely go back and listen to the other night when we had the station from Joshua Tree. I cannot say that right. Joshua Tree in. You sounded a lot louder, so I don't know what happened. I don't know, would everybody agree with that or not?
I do, but it's because he's off frequency to me.
Not really.
Better than you did. What are you tuned at?
Well, right now 144.270.032.
I don't know. I would let Greg try to see if he can tune you in and maybe talk a bit and count to 10 or something.
Maybe it's conditions, but Ward sounds better tonight, and he's not too far away from you, so I don't know.
I don't know. It must be band conditions. That's all I can think of.
That bums me out.
sounded good. Your S units over here were up. It's got to be conditions, I would say. I mean, I know you're normally stronger, so, you know, it gets back to that reflection and, you know, line of sight and all that voodoo that we talk about.
Right. All that voodoo.
Well, I think you've stirred us all on the right track, and you're leading the ship to another destination there. So I think another ground route or two, and we'll see what changes there. But I think tonight your signal is probably not as strong, only for condition purposes.
Right. Okay. Two more ground routes tomorrow.
Roger. Because I got Rob coming in. Rob's real strong as normal. Just a mirror copy of normal. Keith's real strong. Greg's got a great signal coming in too, so it's got to be conditions. I don't think your wires have hampered your signal.
Hey, Freddie, are you going full power? Are you going full power?
Yeah, I'm full power. I can't get on YouTube over there. I don't know why I can't get live.
Fred, I sent you a picture of kind of what the icon looks like, or the where it says, live now. Take a peek on his, go to the search bar, put in the K6EGG space live, and you can scroll down the page a little, and you'll see that red now live or live now little bit of icon there.
Okay, K6 West.
So KG6LI just made a comment in the comment section of the live stream. He said conditions were terrible yesterday with soda activating and could not get any takers on 144 200. So maybe it's conditions, but I don't know. Everybody sounds fine to me. Keith sounds normal. Signal is normal, and I know he's close. And Ward is louder than he was, but I think he made some changes. So I don't know.
Greg, you copy W6DUO?
I do. W6DUO, he said?
Yeah, W6DUO. I just live about 3 blocks from Fred.
Yeah, you almost have the exact same signal Fred does. Interesting.
Oh, that's crazy. His signal is nowhere near as strong as Fred's here in Riverside.
Yeah, that's weird.
He's about an S3 here versus Fred being a solid S9.
As I said, I think it's all about conditions tonight, gentlemen.
So I changed my AGC setting because someone recommended it. I don't know if that will make a difference. I got a bunch of compression out of my mixer into my computer interface. I have a Dominator 2, and that's part of why the audio is kind of slowly, you hear it squeezing a little bit with the noise floor and stuff for those of you listening on YouTube. What happened, everybody?
I still can't get live. I don't know why.
Fred, you want me to email to you?
Well, I got this, man. I put your call on YouTube, get your call live, and I see all the old videos
Fred, I'll just email you a copy. Not a copy, but the link.
Okay, but what about other people? How can they find you live?
Looks like some people did. I'm up to 7 current viewers, so I don't know. It's weird.
It is kind of weird, though, Greg. Remember, I had a hard time finding you tonight, too.
I don't know if I like the slow AGC.
Hey, Fred, just a question. Do you have your RIT on? Is your RIT on?
Let me see. No, it's not on.
Okay. That was a good question, Ward, because it almost sounds like Fred's moving around on the frequency.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. It's like you got a drift, or your RIT was on. I keep trying to tune you in. I'm at 270.10, and I think I had him earlier better at 6, but now I'm trying to fish him back in.
That's identical with me here, Ward. I was at 0.06 with him, and now I don't know where he is. Yeah, I have him at about 0.11.
I'm at 0.15.
So we're kind of splitting hairs then.
Anyway, I still don't got Greg your YouTube live. I don't know why it's not showing up. The date today.
I think he was going to send you a link to your email so you can click on it and bring it up.
Okay, I'll go there. My K6EGG.
I just sent it to you, and for those of you wondering, I was messing with the frequency. I was trying to dial them in, and every time I would move my finger away, it would change the frequency. I have I'm not really flipping you off, but I have not a rubber band, but a Band-Aid on my finger here.
That's a subtle way to do it, Greg.
Yep.
There we go. Thanks for the link. I'm on now.
November 6 kilowatt X-ray, Rob in Riverside. And thanks for flipping me off, Greg. That's not very nice. Anyway, it'll be cool to see if you can hit me like you did in that mobile again, to see if it was just conditions. I have a hard time believing it was just great conditions, because, I mean, you were just solid and clear as can be.
I don't know. I normally have trouble talking to Keith and hearing Keith, and I was parked in the same exact spot that I've tried. I've tried him a couple times, and I've had the same results until yesterday. So I was just kind of randomly flipping through my radio, and I noticed him talking to you, or noticed him talking to somebody, and it was you. So I think I kind of got a little lucky in a couple different things there.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I mean, Anaheim, Honda Center to Riverside, it's not a huge distance or anything, but for a mobile, I mean, you were as solid as could be. I mean, I would be extremely happy with that signal.
Out of my cigarette lighter adapter, no less.
Exactly. That was the crazy part.
I got to look and see how many watts I'm running. I'm 99% sure I'm not running 100% on that because I will blow the circuit on it. So, that's bright. So I'm just interested to see. I'm probably only doing 15 watts or so.
That's crazy. Yeah, just more proof that this hobby's all voodoo.
I work in a voodoo profession, so I get it. Sometimes you just can't get the answers you want.
Yeah, I find that when I run my 7100 on the mobile, I have to put it at about 50% max because I do the same thing. I threw it to the cigarette lighter.
Yeah, you don't want to be running that. Even if the circuit, the breaker could handle it, I don't know if the wiring necessarily can with all that plastic and stuff. I don't think it's worth the extra with the wattage and messing up your car and stuff like that. So I'm with you on I'm just not running full power, but it does the trick for me. I don't normally talk on that thing. It's usually listening. In fact, most of the programming for the repeaters in my radio, I don't have any tones in there just because I transferred it over. I normally don't talk on there anyway, so just for listening purposes.
Sometimes the computer on a car doesn't like the high wattage also.
Absolutely agree with you 100%, especially in an electric car. I have a lot of computers and everything else. Hey, in 4 more minutes, we can slide back to our normal frequency.
Hey, so Rob.
Yeah, go ahead, Keith.
I'm curious the difference of what Fred is coming to you and what Ward is coming to you. Have you looked at those two comparisons?
As far as S meter reading?
Roger.
They're very, very close. Very close. I'll have to look again. I think Ward usually comes in with maybe one bar more. I usually get 1 to 2 bars in the red from Ward, and Fred is usually just right on the S9.
So there's just some weird conditions going to Chino tonight, evidently, for Fred's situation.
Well, the thing is, though, I have to agree with Greg because to me, Fred did not sound nearly as good as he did earlier tonight when I was talking about how much better he sounded. It just sounds like I'm having a more difficult time chasing him down on the correct frequency. So I don't know. That's what it sounded like to me. It was not the same as it was earlier.
Interesting.
I mean, you sound excellent tonight. Superb quality audio and signal.
Yeah, everybody sounds normal for me tonight except for Ward that got louder.
the picture's not focusing like it was last week.
Yeah, I was able to download a a firmware update. I had to do it through Windows, and then once I did that, I was able to get control over the camera functions, video, autofocus, white balance, contrast, the whole 9 yards. So kind of made those changes. Still got a little bit of a halo over the frequency numbers, but I'm going to try to work on that a little more probably on Friday morning when I have some time. But this is pretty close, as probably as good as it's going to get.
So you did a white balance on that? Okay. I thought that was only in professional cameras. I didn't know your camera had to do the white balance on it. Anyway, I put some more ground radios in and grounding, and everybody else said it was louder, but maybe the conditions are floating around, changing around here a little bit. Anyway, Rob, when Greg there gave me the salute there, he was trying to tell you you're number one.
Roger on that, Fred. By the way, and I'm looking at my S meter, and you do have one red bar over the S9. So you and Ward are very, very, very similar in terms of signal strength.
Well, I'm surprised Ward's not beating me out. He's got a bigger antenna.
I know, Fred. Yeah. I think you got about maybe 6 antennas in your backyard with all that copper, huh?
Yeah, I'm running a lot more copper. Maybe that's what it is. He's running a bigger antenna, but I'm running more copper on the other side. You know, on the negative side. He's on it on the plus side. So he's got 4 ground rods. I got 2, but I'll change that this week. I'm running about 1,600 feet of radios right now, where he was running, I forgot what he said, 700, 800 or something like that?
480.
480 against my 1,600 radios.
That's a lot of wire.
It's 44 feet, so maybe when I put 4 ground rods in, it'll count me. I don't know. It's, I guess, Rob Peter St. Paul, but it's interesting here.
Which way do you got all those radios pointing? Maybe that's part of it.
I got all the radios pointing at me. No, all the radios are scattered all over the place. This is interesting, especially since he told me I came up on the signal. So that's a game. And I remember when he did his, he only went up a little bit. So now, Warren, will you put those extra ones in there? And when we gave you the test the other night, how many feet did you add? And I'm curious, how many feet did you add to gain that, almost 2 decimals?
Let me do the math. I think it's 3 something. Hold on.
Because you gave me, I went from a 42 to a 50. That's more than 5 decimals. And I was surprised, of course, I laid in another 500 feet, and then I tied it to my existing other 500 feet, and then the radio's on my ground plane. So we're at about 1,600 feet now all tied together. I got an AB switch, so the next time we get on the air here in a couple more days, I'll be able to do an AB switch, shut my radios off and on to see how that works.
I added just the 3 runs, the 3 different lengths. So the last run was added was 165 additional feet. So between that and my steel guy wire and the other 3 runs, I'm right around 480 feet total.
Okay, that's 480 feet total. Going against my 1,600 feet I got. Okay, now that makes sense to me. That's why I'm meaty on that.
Roger. Well, it is what it is, and I'm sure once you throw a few more ground rods in there, it'll be interesting to see what the next changes will be.
That will be very interesting. It's up for grabs. Who wants to pick it up? K6EGG. I'm on out to the coffee shop, but I'll be back.
Hey, does everybody want to slide back down to 250?
I'm okay with it.
I I just wonder, for me, if his signal will change down there. I doubt it, but I know I did a couple checks with a couple people, and I slid about a megahertz away, and it made a huge difference. So I don't know, maybe. But we can, if everybody wants to go down to 144.250 again.
QSY, WA6QXA.
Greg K6EGG, QSY 144.250.
November 6, kilowatt X-ray, Robin Riverside, QSY to 144.250.
Man, and okay, Keith, you pick it up, everybody start zero beating everybody.
Okay, well, I zero beat it to you, so that's where we're going with, I guess. WA6QXA, this is Keith here in Long Beach. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we back?
November 6, kilowatt X-ray, Robin Riverside.
K6EGG, Greg in Chino, 2 miles north of the Chino Airport.
WD Cypress.
Hey, Fred, you wanted to give it a try again? You were talking right when I switched over.
Okay, Kilo November 6 Oscars here, the voice of Frias, California, 3 miles west of Dodge Prairie Farms, where I was out there listening. Anyway, that's what I did, 1,600 feet of radios, and cleaned all the ground straps, and the last wire is number 6 gauge wired, running 25 feet out of the shack over here to the copper, the hot water system on my solar system, which is all copper. I'm grounding into that. Who wants to pick it up? KN6OS.
I would love to. For those watching you on YouTube, you went up to an S8. So that, whatever, 200 kilohertz or whatever, made a huge difference in your signal, Fred.
Yeah, you definitely you went up on my signal?
Yeah, look it on YouTube now. Go back and stream from before. You're an S8, solid S8.
Comment. If I have it, Fred, your signal, the audio quality sounds way better here.
Wow, I wonder why.
Hey, Fred, break.
Go break.
Just wondering, what's your SWR up on 275 versus 250?
Okay, there's a good thing. Okay, you guys talk. I'll check that out. KN6OS.
So yeah, this is why I like doing the YouTube. You could totally tell the difference right there. That was like double signal in my area difference for me. So that's a huge difference.
Yeah, roger that, Greg. Yeah, and unfortunately, in this you've dropped in signal about 3 S units on this frequency compared to 270.
That's unfortunate.
That's hilarious.
All right, I'm going to do a quick test since we're live. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that was crazy. He sounded way better down here, audio-wise.
You know what's so funny? The max is exactly the same up there to down here. Now I'm confused.
It's got to be conditions, frequencies, something. But so I got worst award. Fred is 100 times better to me, or 2 times better to me. His audio sounds better to me, and Rob. So go figure. And a small difference.
Well, that's because I took
took time to take one radio and tune it to 144.250. Now I'm just pulling you guys' leg. No, my match is exactly the same up there to down here, so I'm confused. So maybe it's got something to do with the frequency, not with my SWR.
So when I did my check just now, I was kind of checking the meter. I'm 1S meter, 1S unit higher also appears. So yeah, it's working for me too.
Talk about voodoo, boys. You got it right here. Huge difference for just a slight change in frequency here.
Amazing.
Hey, Ward, I'm going to try something here, see if it makes a difference for you. Actually, give me a minute. I forgot to change the. I have a power limit on my Icom 9700, so I don't blow my amp. But I'm going to go up to what my max power should be, which is 50 watts. Right now, I have it set up for 34.
Okay, well, Greg, that was a nice change. You're about an S5, peaking at S6, probably more up to an S6 on that last transmission. QSL.
I haven't changed anything yet.
Well, they changed on my end, so the conditions maybe.
How about there? Any difference there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Solid 6 and peaking at S7.
And what was I at just a second ago before I made that change?
Maybe peaking at up to 6, and earlier you were a little below 5 when we first QSY'd over here.
Very, very interesting. So I'm running approximately 49 watts, maybe 48 watts here. Let me see here.
Yeah, you're good. You're good 5. That's 5, S6 solid, and we'll peak right up to 7 depending on your modulation.
No noticeable difference in Riverside.
I don't know what you were before, but you're hitting me at S7 now.
I'm going to run a little more wattage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello. 1, 2.
Not much of a change here, Greg. Still 5, peaking at 6 only there.
No change in Riverside.
No change in Long Beach.
And what about now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
About an S4 to S5, 5 at the max.
So that brought it down a little bit then.
Yeah, you're full copy. It's just the signal's a little on the lighter side.
Same here in Long Beach.
No difference in Riverside, but you're more than 20 over.
I want to be 40 over. Come on, Rob, help me out here.
Crank up that heater, my friend.
I'm running max power right now.
Well, you got some work to do. Add some ground wires or something.
Since you brought that up, since we talked yesterday afternoon, I'm actually scoped out a place that I can put the rods. I also figured out a way that I can get the cable through my attic by using another cable that I'm not using. Excuse me. So I think I can make it happen.
Good. I think you'll be happy that you do. I think you're going to see some improvement in various areas. I hope so.
it's just going to be a couple weeks till I get some free time because it's going to probably take me most of the day. I might break it up and do a little bit here and there, but I got to move around some stuff in the backyard a little bit. I got some rocks that I kind of like put down and stuff kind of neatly that I'm going to have to take up neatly and make sure I can go back.
Yeah, Roger on that. I do think you'll find that most people on this frequency are big proponents of good grounding. And right on cue, nothing but crickets.
You got my vote.
Everybody must be listening to the stream live, and there's a big delay.
Well, at least to me, Fred's station doesn't sound bad on this frequency. I wouldn't say bad, but doesn't sound as bad as it did on the other frequency. So it sounds good here, like it normally does. So I'm glad that it was a frequency issue, probably more than anything.
Hey, Greg, W6WWD, how many ground rods do you have currently?
I have currently 0 ground rods into my station.
Roger. Well, if you're energetic, you can put in 2. They only have to be a minimum of 6 feet apart. More further the better, but 2 might throw a huge improvement just from past experience. It is a lot of work depending on your soil. I don't think we're all as lucky as Keith, so I hope that is definitely, to me, it has helped out tremendous.
How hard was it for you to get the whole rod in? Did you get one from Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever like they have, or did you get a special one from HRO or something like that?
Negative. You can get it either the Depot or Lowe's. Mine's a 5/8. I think they go in half too. And I've got one of those large drills and a 5/8 bit, a concrete bit, and it's probably about 12 inches long or so. So, I even cheat. I'll go in the dirt with it. I'll go down 12, go down a foot down, put some water in there, let it soak in, and then start pushing it down with a sledgehammer. And at least I get a little bit of cheating done at the beginning. And of course, it gets a little more difficult down the road. But each one, at least for me, is about a 40-minute job just because it's the soil around here is a little rough.
Yeah, I have a lot of decomposed granite, so it might be pretty rough the first couple feet. So I'm going to save that so when I have a ton of energy. And right now I don't have a ton of energy and I don't have a lot of time, but I'm definitely going to do that. And hopefully maybe it'll help out my SWR that you see is peaking at about a 1.5. When I'm on a FM, it's usually about a 1.3. So hopefully, do you think that would help that out at all?
I'll just say this,
I got peaking about 1 over here, Gary.
And I have a pretty good extensive spreadsheet on, the old antenna, the new antenna without radials in the addition, and my SWR has continued to drop as I've added radials and when I added the additional 2 ground rods and then tied them into my other 2. So, I'm a firm believer the voodoo there works.
Copied. I heard another station in there. Go ahead. Hey, Rob, did you hear somebody double with Ward right when he started that?
Yes, I did. It was not decipherable, but yeah, I did hear another station in there.
I did too.
Go ahead, sir.
No sandbagging allowed.
Why not?
Hey, Paul.
Why isn't there no sandbagging?
Well, you have to talk to Fred about that. He does not allow sandbagging. November 6th, Kilowatt X-ray, Rob in Riverside.
Kilo Charlie 6, Yankee Bravo Victor, Hossie in the Heights.
Thanks for joining us, Paul.
Oh, nice to be here.
You're sounding good this evening. Nice, strong signal into Riverside.
All right, yeah, I can say the same for you.
Well, thank you, my friend. That's always good to hear.
Sounds good here. Long Beach also, Paul. WA62XA Keith.
Oh, good. You mean I'm getting out over there in Long Beach? That's nice. I didn't think I'd get out to Long Beach.
You're making out the Chino, too. This is Greg, K6EGG. I don't think I've chatted with you before, so it's nice to hear you.
Nice to hear you, too, there. KC6YB.
Paul is a technician who works on radios.
What's your suffix of your call sign again? I got KC6, what was it?
Kilo Charlie 6, Yankee Bravo Victor.
Excellent, Yankee Bravo Victor. Do you work for like a company that repairs radios or works on towers or something?
No, I work for myself.
Excellent.
And he's very high priced.
Now, why'd you say that?
Well, you should be, Paul. Anybody that does great work should charge accordingly, right?
I know. I outlived 3 radio shops that folded up over here. I guess I did something right. Of course, that was back in the 70s.
Uh-oh, now you're showing your age.
Uh-oh, I'm getting old now. I have no scruples. I work on CBs, too.
Oh, well, we cannot allow you in this group, then.
Hey, Paul, sorry, but I need to hear your call sign one more time. I got to make sure I got it down properly.
Kilo Charlie 6, Yankee Bravo Victor.
Okay, I wrote it down properly. Awesome, thank you.
You mean I'm not allowed it on the group if I work on 11-meter equipment? No.
We'll have to take a vote.
It's all work to me, you know.
Hey, Greg, on the ground rod, I'll send you a video to a YouTube link that a method that both Keith and I have used to put our ground rods in with great success. Makes it super easy.
Oh, it's the water technique.
Ah, Paul knows.
Was it 40 minutes like a Ward?
No, try 15.
Wow.
And that's with no hammers of any kind.
No jackhammers, nothing.
Just your hands.
I saw somebody with a jackhammer did it in like 15 seconds.
Well, yeah, you can do that. It all depends on the ground, too. If the ground's real hard, if it's soft, I mean...
Yeah, if you run into a solid rock, I mean, the water trick ain't going to help you.
No. That's where your jackhammer comes in.
Yeah, let's hope Greg doesn't need that.
Yeah, I ran into a lot of rock. I had to use a jackhammer to pound it out of there.
Well, what happened? Did we lose Fred?
No, he's too busy.
He's putting in some more grounds.
Radials.
Ground.
Sound like everybody was surprised when I said I was not running any ground.
Yeah, especially for somebody in audio.
Yeah, he's in audio?
I've actually done better floating grounds in a lot of cases.
Well, you know, it all depends on what type of ground you're talking about. There's a lot of different kinds of ground.
That's very true.
An electrical ground's a big difference than an RF ground, that's for sure.
Uh-huh.
I've had a lot better success floating grounds, especially if I'm plugged into a production truck that has a generator versus a stadium that has or a venue that has shore power running through it.
K6 West.
Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, real good. This is Kilo November 6 Oscar Sierra. I just got off of HF for 40 meters. I made a contact in Colorado, made another one in Texas, and I made another one over there in Pennsylvania. They said I'm not doing bad for 100 watts because you remember I told you got over 1,000 feet of radios out there on an infant antenna, Alpha Hotel 4 Icom antenna tuner running roughly about 125 feet of wire there, number 12 gauge, and all my radios, because I just got done with it today, and they said I'm doing fantastic. They couldn't believe I was only running 100 watts, and I was getting signal reports there, 10 over S9, and they couldn't believe I was only on 100 watts. So radios do work. Did you hear that, Ward?
Roger that. I'm a firm believer. You've dipped me into the voodoo. I do, and I want to add more.
I am too. Yeah, I just got off HF. I was on 7.168. They got a bunch of guys there talking on 7.168.
You doing this during the hobo net, you slacker?
No, I was out there on that dinosaur net there. I had to try on my radios. Remember, I just hooked it up tonight. I just got all these radios going, so I had to jump on HF. Normally, I have a hard time working 40 meters, but I'm banging out there now. So it makes all the difference on the radio and the ground system. I'm really happy with it. 75 meters, everybody's busting in on me, 20, 40 over. Also, Ward, I went to WWV tonight. Hawaii is about blowing my speakers out now. What a difference.
Well, that certainly mine changed, as you know. So, you don't have to sell me on them any. I'm a firm believer. They have worked.
Yeah, but remember how loud they was to me before I showed it to you? She's loud now. She's actually louder than Denver.
Well, do you think it's conditions or radials?
I think my radio's the way they're running. Oh, she's so loud. She's just as loud as you now. But she sounds sweeter, though. She probably got pineapples.
Well, if she's as loud as me, then I'm weak, because I'm only a mile from you.
Yeah, boy, I'm shocked. Anyway, did you listen on 7.168? There's a group of guys talking to there. One's in Texas and Louisiana, and the other one's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, negative. I don't have 40. Remember, no 40 or 80, just 6 through 20. But this is my nighttime band.
Okay. Well, you should get on 75. There's a lot of people on 75 at night. And then early in the morning, there's a bunch of people on 160.
Roger that. permission to put up another antenna.
Well, we gave you a break this month.
I know, and I'm going to take you guys up on that, and then probably after that, then I'll put my stacked loops up on the roof, and I hope to be done. That's after I get my new connectors in by Friday, I hope.
Hey, Fred, what are you tuned in on? What frequency?
They're gone now. I was on 7.168. Let me listen again. They're gone now.
No, sorry. What are you tuned into with us right now?
Oh, right here, 144.250.000.
Interesting.
Why?
I just have to go down to find you, about 0.95.
Well, you tell me where to go, so I'll leave it there, and I don't have to move it up and down.
Well, no, I mean, you're supposed to tune us in to make us all sound good, and that we should be able to find each other, in theory.
Okay, is that better than right there?
Actually, that is better for me, anyway.
Okay.
I don't know what other people think. It could be different for everybody, I guess.
Oh, it depends where you want to hear my voice at. I don't know how you want to hear my voice at, and how to hear your voice. You know, if I change the filters, then maybe I'll get a little off how you sound. I don't know.
I know, it's a bit confusing, but I mean, I would like everybody's voices to sound like they do on FM. Not that that's completely possible, but as close as possible as we can get it.
Okay. Well, what was amazing the other day when Greg was talking on his radio, and you were talking, look at that distance, and he was talking back and forth, and he's in his mobile. And then your Jeep, I can't even talk. You can't even talk to me 5-6 miles.
Yeah, let's not bring that up because it is kind of embarrassing.
Well, I know, but we're trying to fix the problem.
No, I know. I've got some work to do. I've got to ground it properly.
You know how these new brides get married and they have that long veil behind them when they march down the wedding aisle?
No.
You never seen that before? Yeah. When they get married, you see they got a long veil. It's trailing behind them. Well, look at Princess. What was that other guy? England. He got married to that gal, and they had that real long veil. They had 2, 3, 4 people carrying it behind her. You know what I'm talking about?
She had long radials.
Well, I was going to get to that point, but you beat me to the punch.
That's why I wasn't going to let you. That's why I said no.
You can have somebody follow you with your long radios.
Hey, Fred, did you hear Paul's out there?
Paul?
Yeah, you know, Paul in Hacienda Heights, the guy that works on the radios.
Oh, that guy, Paul. Okay, I didn't hear him. I guess when I was on HF. Can you go on HF, or can you receive HF, or no?
Me? Yeah.
Okay, listen to 7. Do you have another radio, or this is the only radio you got?
Well, since this radio doesn't do HF, and I can hear HF, yeah.
Yeah, listen if you can listen to 7.168. I want to see how you're picking these guys up. 7.168, lower side band. Here, I'll let you listen to them. We're on my long way, my radios. Look how loud they sound. I'm waiting for a guy to talk a little bit here. 7.168, lower side band, 40 meters. I want to see how good your receiver is working. Here we go. There, and
pick up Texas really strong. It's like I've got a line to Texas or something.
Can you hear them?
Yep.
Can you hear the same guy I'm hearing?
Yes, I am.
What signal did he hit you with?
Now, let me wait until he talks again.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how you're receiving it through my radios here.
Yeah, that's a strong signal. He's a good S9.
There he goes.
Nice job making the trip to Texas and South Carolina.
Well, you're picking them up pretty good.
Yeah, like I said, Texas always comes in strong for some reason, and so does Washington. Those are the two states I get the most for some reason.
What about Canada?
I hit Canada very well. No problem hitting Canada.
How about Japan?
Yeah, I've made a lot of contacts with Japan on FT8. It's more of a challenge on voice, on sideband, but I have talked to Japan, just not easily. I talk to Hawaii all the time, no problem.
What band Hawaii?
Usually 20 meters, but 40 meters too.
Okay, I work a lot in Japan at voice. Anyway, I'm going to let somebody pick it up. I never got my cup of coffee yet.
Break.
Go ahead, break. I'm going to get my coffee. Go ahead, pick it up. K6 West.
Oh, I'm going to put it down. 7-3s, everyone. I'm going to back out and unplug for the evening. Always a pleasure. Nice hearing from everybody. Thanks again, Greg, for what you do. 73 W6 WWD.
Have a good night, Ward. K6EGG.
7-3, Ward. Good talking to you tonight. Have a good one. 7-3, November 6, kilowatt X-ray.
Night, Ward. We'll talk to you later. WA6QXA, Keith.
You leaving too, Keith? Wow, everybody's leaving. Man, early birds.
I was getting him a big farewell.
I have a question on these radios now. Now that I'm understanding the ground, the radios, what do you, like, hanging something off the antenna or something?
Who, me?
Or whoever wants to answer that.
I'm doing both. Radios on the antennas and radios on the ground. I do both.
Do you connect cable to the antenna and, like, hang it off the antenna? Is that what happens?
The radios on the antennas, they're by themselves. And then I got another radio system for my ground system on my ground rods with all the radios, which I added today, another 500 feet, which all hooks to all my radios that comes up in my bus bar inside here. And tonight I got an HF, and boy, I can tell the difference. I could never work 40 meters that good. It's hard to work 40 meters on 100 watts. It's terrible with all the noise, but tonight with all my radios and 100 watts, I'm doing fine.
So the radio, so you hang cable, like, off, like, the antenna or, like, the coax that's connected to it, or how does that work? I don't understand the theory behind it at all.
Well, okay, your antenna, you have 3 radios on your antenna now, right? You have 3 little rods sticking out of it?
I hope I still do, yeah.
Well, we hook to that. We hook to that. Extra long wires. So we make up radios there, okay? Now, on my ground rod, I got another radio system for the ground.
So you run those into the ground?
No, they're just laying on top of the ground. They don't run into anything. They don't. Only one end is grounded to the ground rod. The other end is not grounded to anything. It's just laying on the side of the house, inside the garage, going through the attic, and then only one of those is grounded to my water pipe.
I I have non-copper pipes in my house, unfortunately.
Oh, well, I'm in construction. We can rip that out and put copper pipe in there for you.
No, I'm good. I'm happy with what I have right now, unfortunately. But I'm definitely going to work on getting the ground here in the next couple weeks. I've been going back and forth between people on YouTube. They're just running regular, like, 10-gauge wire in from the ground, from the ground rod into the house. So I haven't seen too many people do flat wire.
I'm running 10-gauge myself.
Not flat wire?
Not flat wire, but I am intending to change that, and I already bought the stuff to do it.
And how long of a run is that?
For me, it's about, I would say it's probably about 12 feet from my radio to the ground rod.
That's like nothing compared to me. Yeah, I'm a good at least 80 feet, possibly 90 feet by the time I got to go around my office here and get into the attic area, across my attic and down the wall there.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
That's why I don't think I'm going to do flat. Would it be that bad to do? Would it be just as good, or would it be better than having nothing? I should say.
You want my opinion?
That's why I'm asking.
I say if you got to run 80 feet round wire, don't do it. You're going to have you're going to create more RF problems because that's going to act like one big antenna.
The flat wire will be very, very, very challenging to get to where I need to go.
I know, but it's not good to run around wire. It's going to act like one big antenna. Anything over 8 feet, and you say it's going to be 80 feet, you're going to have one big antenna there on the ground side. You're going to invite RF into everything into your radio. You're going to invite it in. Come on in.
So what you're telling me, I should probably stick with what I have versus running 10-gauge wire.
Well, just keep it the way you're at now. Of course, you're not going to lower your noise level. That's what the grounding does. But you run 80 feet of a round wire, you're making an antenna. That's the problem. You gotta go flat. So the other thing for you to do, Greg, is get the MFJ artificial ground. That's the best for you.
Rob and I, and he could probably confirm this, I saw it only went up to 30 megahertz.
Only, okay. Oh, he's talking about for this. Okay, scratch that.
Sorry, I think I doubled with you there, Greg.
Yeah, you're right. HF only, you're right.
You guys hearing something else in there too?
Yeah, what the heck is that? Some kind of distortion.
Was somebody way out there trying to break in? This is Kilo November 6 Oscar. We're going to on T. When I yell break, come in there. Break, come in that other station.
No, it didn't sound like another station on this frequency. It almost sounded like bleed over.
I don't know, I heard it too.
Like maybe he's not even on frequency, like on this band maybe.
But everybody that ran ground, they lowered their noise level.
Hey, Greg, I heard that noise that you had evening when you were testing the live stream. That was brutal. But that's the kind of thing, that's some kind of man-made interference, so I don't even know if grounding would help with that.
Yeah, for the most part, if you see, I have the preamp on, and I almost have no noise.
Exactly. You actually have less noise than I do because like you said, your preamp is on and your noise level looks about the same as mine, but in reality it's a lot lower since you have the preamp on and I don't. There it is again.
I heard it. What was the signal to you?
It's somebody on 240.
Wow, they hit me 50 over.
I'm going to slide down there real quick and see if I can hear them. K6EGGs.
Y'all K6EGG, hold on.
Come on there, Mike. Yeah, try to get in there, Ken.
Yeah, I was just asking if I could try you on 10 meters real quick. 10-meter phone, 28.4 before you go. I tried it over to Sim on Friday, and he just didn't hear me very well.
Yeah, no problem. I'll QSY to 28,400. Give me about 10 seconds. Flip the antennas over.
Roger. KG6YTZ, QSY.
Whiskey 6, Papa Mike Delta, QSY.
And real quick, Pat, this is Greg, K6EGG. I'm live again on YouTube if you want to hear some stuff. I checked into the Bozo net earlier on the stream. Greg, K6EGG, I'm a QSY to 250.
All right, yeah, I may flip over again. That was interesting hearing our QSOs and the conversations a week or so ago when you did that. And the audio is pretty darn decent, too.
You're always sounding good here, buddy. All right, man. You take care. Have fun over there on 10 meter.
Thanks. W6 PMD, I'll be clear.
That was Pat PMD down there making that noise.
I'm sorry, Greg. I just came back up. Say it again.
That was Pat PMD making that noise.
Yeah, I figured that out. Now, I was probably killing him, too.
I'm surprised he wasn't doing the net tonight. He needed to.
Well, apparently Pat's still talking.
Hey, Warren?
Ward went to bed.
Okay.
So, like, Pat's like in Riverside, he's bleeding over out here in Long Beach. Wow.
He has a booming signal. Get back to my question about my noise. Do you think it's really worth it with the amount of noise I actually get other than the interference?
I would say Fred is better equipped to answer that than me.
Well, before I answer that, turn it over to Keith. What do you think, Keith? Hey, Keith.
Well, if Keith's not there, I'll speak up for him. The grounding definitely improved Keith's audio quality, but again, Greg, I mean, your audio quality is definitely not an issue.
Yeah, but Keith, how come you don't answer the question? Did it lower your noise? Or yes, that's what he wants to know. Greg wants to know. Was it worth it or not?
Well, if you can see my noise meter or my S meter, I don't really have that much noise. The only time when I have noise is when it's windy, and a lot of that's static electricity, which I think that could be fixed by ground, but that's very rare, especially in the summertime.
Right. Okay. Are you familiar with airplanes? They have a little wire that sticks out in the wing, and that's for the static electricity of the air blowing over the wind, of the wind over the wings.
Yep.
So, thing is to bleed off the static electricity.
Yep, I know that. Yep, I understand that.
So maybe you gotta find out where to install that, because I've been doing some research on that, which I don't know the answer to that one yet, to get rid of the static electricity from the wind.
Keith was getting it too, and he was grounded at the time, so I don't know. Maybe that's just a conditions situation as well.
Well, I used to drive my truck 78 miles an hour going down the road all the time, and I had my truck well grounded, so I never had a problem with the static electricity on my antennas. I guess because I'm well grounded now. Maybe I got my problem all fixed, but when the wind comes up here the other days I didn't have any extra noise on my receiver because of the wind. I never even take my antennas down like some of these guys here take their antennas up and down. I don't even do that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Well, at least for a car standpoint, I mean, your whole car is a ground, so it should be grounded. But yeah, I think the static electricity would help in my situation with the ground, the ground would help with the static electricity. So I just got to figure out how to get that flat cable in here. That's not going to be easy.
Why is it not going to be easy? Because the cable's too big?
It's a long run, and keeping it flat the whole run will be difficult.
Well, you just buy more of that strap. They make long straps, 100-foot straps. I ran a test on that. They're galvanized straps, but they only last about 6-8 weeks, and they started to rust. Because I tried that already. It's a lot cheaper, and you get more for 100 feet. $10 to get 100 feet, but it's galvanized, but it started rusting on me. So I went up the copper. The copper cost $10 there for, I forget what it costs again now. It's not very expensive for 3/4 inch wide. You just get a bunch of them and overlap each other. Overlap them, like 5-6 inches, and sand them and put 3 or 4 bolts in there and go that way. That way it'll be flat the whole way.
So that stuff started rotting on you or rusting on you?
Yeah, the other stuff, yeah. I still got it. I can take it when I get your phone number and everything, and when I get around to that, I'll take pictures of it because I kept it. And I did a test on it. Yeah, it started rusting.
You can email me a photo of it if you want. I definitely would like to check that out because I almost bought some of that stuff, but I'm going to hold off, and I might just run 10-gauge wire up just to have something.
Well, what we don't know, this would be a good test. Run the wire, then when you almost come into the shack, then go to flat. Then run the last 10 feet flat into the shack. You get it?
Do you think that will make a difference?
Yeah, you flatten it out, yeah. You can run it all the way to the shack. Do an A-B switch. Run it flat, then come in and put flat, and put a switch to go back and forth, and you'll see.
I don't know if that's possible in my situation, unfortunately. I'm just looking in here, trying to figure out how I can get it across, because if you're watching on YouTube, my antenna comes in behind me, about 10 feet behind me, through my, what do you call that? Closet.
Don't you have a window where your hamstock is right now? A wall that goes outside?
I do.
Why can't you go straight down and ground it there?
It's concrete below my window, everywhere.
That's what they make Hilti. A Hilti drill. We can drill a hole and put a ground rod right there.
No, it's right in a walkway. That's probably not going to work out so well.
Well, you put it against you come off the house like 6 inches so you don't get it into the foundation.
It's not going to really work that way, unfortunately.
Oh.
comment.
Go ahead, comment. K6 West.
November 6th, kilowatt X-ray. Greg, I sent you that link to the YouTube video in case you do decide to do a ground rod. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Been a long day, but it's good catching up with everybody. Good QSO, and I appreciate what you're doing out there, Greg. Video definitely looks better. Good job. 7-3, everyone. Have a good evening. November 6th, kilowatt X-ray, Rob in Riverside.
Thanks, Rob. Have a good night, and I appreciate the kind words. It's a work in progress. I'm almost where I want to have it, at least. So take care. Hopefully talk to you maybe Friday night or Sunday night again. I'm probably going to be back a little bit later those 2 nights, so have a good night. And I just got the video.
All right, Rob, take care, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to get cut out of here. The WA62 saying 73 to you all, and thanks again, Greg. Great job, and we will be talking to you all later.
Take care, Keith. K6EGG.
N6RMS.
Go ahead, N6RMS.
Hey, how's it going? Name here is Rudy, up here in the high desert. Heard you guys. Just want to see if I'd make it out there.
Rudy, you're definitely making the trip out here. This is Greg, K6EGG from the city of Chino. I'm about 2 miles north of the Chino airport.
I'll copy that. Nice to meet you, Greg. Yeah, I talked to Fred before here on this frequency, so I figured I'd get on the base and see if I can make it out that way. But yeah, nice to meet you. I'm out here in the high desert in Hesperia, just south of Victorville.
Yeah, you sound pretty good down here tonight. It's nice. A lot of high desert guys coming, making a trip down here lately.
Oh, that's cool. You probably talked to Curtis then.
Oh yeah, I talked to Curtis a lot. In fact, last couple times I drove up to Vegas, he was nice enough to keep me occupied for at least a couple hours as I drove up the pass and made it almost into what's it called, Barstow.
Oh yeah, he's got a nice station for that. He'd probably almost follow you halfway up the trip.
Yeah, he sounded great. We just got we had some dirt between us, so it was kind of hard to make contact. I don't know if he was there when I tried later when I got further up the 15 closer to Baker. I thought I heard him punch through there, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, I've talked to Curtis. Yeah, nice guy.
And I don't know if Fred told you, this is also on YouTube. If you look up, if you have a mobile phone or a computer by you, type in my call letters, Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf, K6EGG live, and you'll be able to hear your audio live, or actually a couple seconds delayed, or you can use a DVR and go back and forth and shuttle through a little bit.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You're doing it live right now as well?
You're up right now.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Rudy, what was your call sign again?
November 6th, Romeo Mike Sierra. November 6th, Romeo Mike Sierra.
Excellent. I'll put you into my little, wouldn't call it a logbook, but it's a little notepad of call letters and stuff like that. So it's great to make contact with you. You out there, Fred? Fred was going in between HF and 2 meter here, so we might have lost him for a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, last time I was mobile, I do a lot of 2 meter mobile on single side band. And I was speaking to him. He was using a walker as an antenna. It was pretty funny.
Walker Mobile, yeah. I don't think I've, other than him, I think he was the only person I made contact with using a Walker Mobile rig there.
Yeah, I was mobile, but he was using a walker as an antenna. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing, but he said he was using a walker, and sounded okay.
Do you work down the hill, or do you work and commute by your local area there?
I'm a contractor, so I'm all over Southern California.
definitely good to have a mobile in your car then.
Absolutely, especially coming up the pass on Friday. There's nothing like take your mind off traffic.
Yeah, COVID traffic's no more apparently. I noticed this past week was probably the biggest jump in traffic that I've experienced.
Oh yeah, it took me almost 2 hours to get up here from Corona today, and it's usually probably about maybe an hour, 10 minutes.
Did you get affected by that snow a couple days ago?
Yeah, we had some come in here. I didn't work that day. I had a doctor's appointment for my son, but the pass was, you can still get through it. They run files and stuff. Well, we got a little bit here, but nothing really was stuck.
Yeah, my in-laws live in Phelan. I think they got a little bit of snow, and my brother-in-law is a tow check driver, so I'm sure he was pretty busy dealing with the weather and stuff through there.
Oh yeah, I got a couple buddies who live in Phelan. They usually get hammered with snow.
Yeah, they're in that weird location where just the storms just sit there for a day or so. I think it was not this past Thanksgiving, but the Thanksgiving before, they got a massive snowstorm in there. They got like 3 feet of snow.
We get some snowdrifts here. Nothing that really sticks. Every once in a while we'll get it for a couple of days, but nothing like you get closer towards the cone pass there.
Copy that. I'm going to get out of here. I've been on for, I don't know, maybe about 2 hours or so I'm getting a little tired. I got to get up early for me, which is 7:30. I got a dentist appointment, and I got a 10-hour shift down in Anaheim, so I'm going to get out of here. But it was great hearing you there, Rudy. I believe it was N6RMS. Is that correct?
Roger.
Copy that. This is Greg, K6EGG from the city of Chino, 2 miles north of the Chino airport. I'm going to sign off for tonight and hopefully be back Friday or Sunday night. So take care.
All right, Greg. Nice meeting you. Thanks for the conversation. I'll check back here quite often and see what I hear you guys. All right, have a good one. Nice meeting you. N6RMS. I'll be on site.
Copy that. Was there somebody else in there? Didn't sound like it. This is Greg, K6EGG. Good night, everybody.
All right, that will conclude my live stream for this evening. For those of you that keep hearing this is not me farting or having gas. It's a bad chair that I need to replace, which hopefully in the next couple weeks or so that be able to make it to Office Depot and check out some chairs and maybe get something a little cleaner. This thing's about 15 years old, so been through a couple moves, so looking forward to get something a little more comfortable. If you see me moving around in here a lot, it's just not comfortable. So anyways, this is Greg, K6EGG. I'm going to sign off for tonight off of YouTube as well. Have a good evening and hope to be back in the next couple days. Take care, everybody.